Hi everyone, I am the Sarcastic Sloth, and welcome to my channel. So this is a video I didn't expect to be making at the moment, because quite honestly I thought it was never going to come. So it is obviously a response to Tana's video apology that she's done after, I think it was 50 years in the making, wasn't it? Jesus Christ, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. I was going to do a video just going through, you know, how long it's taken for the apology and this, that and the other, and then all of a sudden, as with all of these bloody apologies that have come out this year, they just catch me out of the blue, out of the clear blue sky, you know, and then all of a sudden I've got to rush at 11:05 at night to do a video, so here we go. So first off, as per usual, everything I'm going to be talking about today are my own opinions on the matter, and if you don't like that, then you can ta-ra! So I've literally just finished watching Tana's apology. What did I think of it? I guess would be the pertinent question straight off the bat. I didn't think much of it, if I'm being honest. It wasn't a particularly good apology. It was terrible. It was a terrible apology. It just felt like it was completely and utterly scripted, which, you know, I guess in some instances would be correct. Like if you were, you know, some kind of corporate entity and you were making an apology, those are usually scripted. But when you're supposed to be apologizing for things that you've personally done to other people and, you know, to your fan base and things of this nature, you think that you maybe want it a little bit less formal. But at the same time, I can see maybe you wanting to cover all of the bases. However, I am just going to say it like I see it on this. I felt that was just, there was no emotion whatsoever. It was like a robot. I just watched a robot apology, is basically what I just watched. It was absurd, absolutely absurd. And if I'm gonna go out on a limb as well, I think that was all written by that little worm, Jordan, who's her manager. Why do I think he's a worm? Well, there's the whole reasoning, and I tend to believe this as well, from Simply NASA. Jordan was her manager originally, and then when Tana came along, he jumped onto he was managing both of them. Then all of a sudden, you know, Tana's obviously doing a bit better than Nessa was, and then he sort of jumped ship. Put her, what was the quote? Put her with a manager who he felt would get her more. And then, you know, she got paired with her manager who was an African American, who, like, so bloody transparent. It's just, I don't know. It's just, like I say, it's a bit weird, isn't it? The whole thing is very weird. I didn't at any point feel like any of it struck. Obviously, a lot of that apology wasn't meant for me. I'm just giving my opinions on the apology overall and what I think of it. Because, believe it or not, like, most of my channel now is basically talking about people's bloody apologies on here. It seems to be my whole channel at the moment. I might call it the Sarcastic Sloth Reviews Apologies channel. It seems to be the case, doesn't it? But it was just very uncaring. And then you also got to take into account the fact that she has been, you know, basically the entire time that we're all supposed to be in lockdown, she's been partying her ass off like it's no one's business. But it is everyone's business when you go out there and, you know, you make it theirs by, you know, taking videos and taking photos and saying that you don't care and all of these kinds of things, and just making sure you're basically every single influencer party that there is. And then on another side, I think as well, she's 22. Of course, she's allowed to make mistakes. However, I just find it hard to believe anything that she says, considering that she has made her entire YouTube fortune and empire out of basically the story times, which were in her instances basically lies, and then everyone's like surprised that she lies all the time. That's the bit that like cracks me up. It's like, here's someone who is well versed in lying, and I think at one point I don't know the exact quote, but I have heard that she said to someone that she feels that she can manipulate anyone if she was able to do so. Another thing that she did quite a lot, which I thought was pure out of order, if I'm being honest, she did this a lot when in regards to Kaylin and Simply Nessa too, which was, if you felt that I did that, then I apologize, sort of thing. So it was a lot of, even though she was saying that she didn't want to gaslight or strawman or any of these things, really, she ended up doing a lot of that, basically. It's just, like I said, it's sort of spinning me out, because I'm just sort of amazed that someone was able to do an apology that was more robotic than Jeffree Star's, which was basically like watching an android apologize, not fully understanding the emotions that they're trying to emote in the actual apology itself. It's really bizarre. And here's another point. Last week, she was saying that it was uploading, and the week before she said she was working on the video. I think with this particular video, she just basically, it looks like she's done it on her way out, on a night out, like on the town. That's what it looks like. It looks like, oh, I've got to knock this bloody apology out, say it as fast as she possibly could, and then, oh, now I'm going to go out tonight, sort of thing. That's what sort of came across to me. It didn't seem like it was from a particularly caring place, like at all. I mean, if you watch it, you know, I've just watched it the one time, so I wanted to sort of give my raw opinions and emotions on the subject, but it was toss, absolute toss. I was laughing through a lot of it, you know. There's a parts of it that disgusted me, like how she talks about Kaylin and Nessa, and it was a lot of like, if you felt that I made you feel this way, then I apologize, which, listen, they're saying that you made them feel that way, so why are you even proposing it in that kind of manner? Like, listen, I know I f***ed up, okay? I apologize. I did some really things, and I apologize, and how can I make it right? Not... And I'd be interested to see if she ever did get back to him in his DMs, actually. That's a fair point, of Kaylin. Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything about that. Obviously, if I'm wrong, then let me know. It's just funny to me that, like, if you really cared about these kinds of things, then why wouldn't you speak to the people directly? You would... There's a reason why they had to come out and make the videos that they did in the first place, and it's because they weren't getting anything from you, Tana, because obviously you're watching my video. No, but it's true. It's like they weren't getting anything at all from you, which is why they had to come out and make their videos. And I bet any money, right, that if it weren't for the fact that her fans were, you know, they must be pressuring her, because she clearly doesn't care what anyone else outside of that fandom has to say about her. Whether she should or not is another debate entirely. It's just, like I said, I am convinced that weasel Jordan wrote this apology for her. And there's this bit, oh my god, I laughed my ass off at this bit when she says at the very end, and I'll read it, because hell, it's not going to be like any said with any less emotion than what she said it with. But the things that go wrong with us and our lives have the biggest potential to become a part of our gift to the world. However, at any given moment, we all have the power to decide that this is not how our story is going to end. God. Fromage! What a pile of shit. I just can't believe that, you know, clearly this was written. She did not, this is not off the top of her head. I'm sorry, you know. You don't make apologies like that off the top of your head. This was rehearsed, or at the very least just read off some kind of prompter of some form. It's just awful, absolutely awful. And will she just carry on with her life after this apology, I guess, would be maybe the question after that. Yeah, you bet your ass she will. Of course she will. I don't expect anything different from her at this point. We've had, and one thing that I was going to bring up in the video I was going to do before this video came out, but obviously I took that hiatus, was when people were calling her out on Twitter, she would do this thing where she comes back and she goes, yeah, you're 100% right, I'm taking accountability, I'm gonna change. And then like the next night she would do the exact same thing. She would go out, everyone's like questioning why is she going to all of these influencer parties, and then yeah, you're 100% right, it's terrible, I shouldn't be doing that, I'm an awful person, I'm gonna use my platform to help the good of the world and all of mankind. And then, oh, she's out the next night. And what was funny as well, I noticed is what I noticed was, compared to the rest of the video, the lighting when she actually said these quotes was different. So it's like she sort of, I don't know, I haven't looked it up, but I don't even know if if those have come off the top of her head. Obviously I said that I think this thing is scripted, but it almost feels like she looked up like inspirational quotes to just chuck in at the end, because why not at that point, you know? If you're gonna lie about everything else, you might as well lie about that too. The thing I wish with these YouTuber apologies, I might do a video rating the apologies of this year. I guess I'm a connoisseur now, it would seem. But bloody hell, man, like, none of these things seem to matter. It's just words. It's all just meaningless words that come out of these people's mouths. It's just, and we're sick of it. I would almost have more respect for her, right, if she just said, listen, I don't really care. I'm young and I want to party like it's no one's business. Spin on it, sort of thing. I would almost respect her more if she did that. But at this point, obviously, I don't respect her at all, because everything that she said has just turned out to be a lie. And the thing that she did as well, which I don't know why they didn't learn the lesson after Jeffree Star's apology about the situation, when she did like a whole sort of, you know, we need to fight the evils of the world at the very end. Do that in a different video. That isn't an apology. Like, you know, obviously people can do whatever they want to do in their videos. I get that. I understand that. I'm not foolish in that notion. And you got to ask yourself as well, why have lessons not been learned from all the other apologies that she's had to do in the past? She's done that MTV TV show which made her look awful, and then she tried to blame it on the editing, and it's like, sorry, like pull the other one, man. Are you for real? Well, you're telling me that like the rest of the time you're acting like some kind of, you know, adorable nun. The rest of the time you're actually really nice to your friends and the people around you who are actually looking out for you. Anyway, I just wanted to sort of get my first reaction out of the apology video. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'd really like to know. It's just it was awful. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm, you know, really interested just to see if I'm the only person who thought that. Did you think that it was a good apology? And if so, no judgment. Let me know why you thought that. But yeah, as for that, we'll see what happens in the next saga of Tana. I just want to say this right now. I don't wish people ill on their careers either. I'm a cynical person. I think that the worst is going to occur, and I hope that I'm going to be proved wrong. That's the way I live my life. I want to be proved wrong. But unfortunately, for a lot of these really big influencer YouTubers, I just never am. I wish I was, but I never am. Oh dear me. But anyway, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and as always, stay safe out there.